fabulous wig. Okay, so just stay tuned.
Okay, so hey you guys, I have some of my favorites in front of me. The Cantu curling cream, the high porosity Shea moisture mask, the tea tree Tingle, the extra virgin olive oil, the black castor oil for them edges, my comb, and my spray bottle. So let's get into it. This is one of my favorite hair products, the Shea Moisture High Porosity Moisture Seal Mask. I typically rub this all over my hair, a generous amount, throw on a shower cap, and keep it in my head for about 30 minutes, and then I rinse it out. But because I'm kind of pressed for time, I just take it the same generous amount and rub it throughout my head and leave it in there with the rest of my hair products. Moving on, we have another favorite of mine, the Trader Joe's Tea Tree Tingle Conditioner. It makes my scalp feel so good, and it keeps my hair very nice and soft. So I take a generous amount of that and rub it throughout my head and begin to finger detangle it kind of just by pulling it through to make sure that it's all over. So we're about to start the hard part, detangling my 4C kinky curly hair. I know you guys are going to scrutinize and judge me for this, but I didn't, because I know I combed my hair out wrong. But it was just so frustrating. I decided to work from the roots, work from the ends, and work by any means necessary. So here I start to part it up because I realized that I'm just going to make it harder for myself. And what I tend to do is comb it from the roots and then go back to the ends and work my way up again. Here I'm just separating my hair so that it doesn't get back in the way, and I'm rolling it, and I'm attempting to clip it with a bobby pin, which you're gonna see gets a bit difficult, and somewhere throughout this video it begins to unravel. So moving on, I begin to pull at my hair just to get off some of these ends, and to just finger detangle a bit to make the detangling process a bit easier. After separating my hair into twos, I separate it into threes and alternate between finger detangling and combing out my hair with the wide tooth comb. Because my hair started to dry, it got really thick and tangled within the roots, and I had to work a lot harder than I would have originally. So, note to self and to others, don't let your hair dry. So moving on, I'm using my black castor oil with lavender. Lavender has good properties for hair loss, so because my edges are struggling, I need it as much. Then I move on to my extra virgin olive oil. I don't use this very often, but just to get some shine in my entire head, I rub it all over and work it through to my ends just to make sure that my hair is nice and moisturized.
Exposing me, man. His whole arm.
How warm is it?
Because you knew it was our birthday. Either it was our birthday. You gonna be back for cake? You gonna be back? Yes.
Okay, so let's get back into it. This is another one of my favorites, the Cantu Coconut Curl Cream. I rub this all over my head just to make sure my hair is moisturized again because my hair gets very, very dry. So I use my fingernails to part my section for the braids. I don't need a comb at this point to part the sections because they're going underneath my wig. After that, I detangle again with the wide tooth comb just to make sure that my sections are thoroughly detangled and I don't run into any knots or problems while braiding. So I begin braiding my hair, but because my fingernails are so long, yes, they work well as a tail comb, but they don't work so well to braid. I'm looking into the mirror so I can see my hair, but because the mirror is directly in front of me, it's a little difficult to get to see all angles. But here we go. Here's my first braid.
Hi.
Are you recording?
Yeah, it's okay.
No, stop it.
I can't stop it, but it's okay. He'll edit it out.
Oh, okay.
Show you the room?
Happy birthday!
Okay, so really quickly, I noticed that I was running out of hair in the back of my head, so I had to switch to the right side of my head just to make sure that I wouldn't run out of hair by the time I finished. So at this point, I'm just alternating between the left and right side of my head to make sure that by the time I get to the back of my head, I don't run out of hair. But because I already made the space so small and some of the braids so big, I end up just making it into one big jumbo braid by the time it gets to the back of my head. Between these three braids, I keep alternating between. And yeah, that's it. These are my meat mill, under wig, gel, whatever type of braids you want to call them. My cornrows to make sure that my hair lays nice and flat underneath my wig. After that, because I told you guys before, my hair is very dry, I'm just rubbing in some olive oil to make sure it gets into my scalp and on some of the braids.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my birthday wig made by a very good friend of mine. And it has combs right here. It has a band. I'm not going to get into all of that actually because I just want to go to bed. So I'm just going to put it on so you guys can see what it looks like. Nope. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys can look. Oh no. Alright, so this is not how it's supposed to go. I don't have the band on properly. My head might be too big for this struggle. okay, so after much struggle, this is it. This is my wig. My birthday wig. It feels really nice, guys. I'll link where I got the hair from, and I'll link my friend's IG because she makes wigs for a very reasonable price. But yeah, this is it, guys. I don't have on a stocking cap, so excuse how the lace looks. And thank you for watching, and happy birthday to me. I'll like it, share it, subscribe.